Hi, I'm Mark Dan and this is Organic Highlands. Welcome again, thanks for joining this episode of Organic Highlands. Got some good little things on this one. So it's a bit later as well, but it's been so busy for me with the spring coming. I've been doing some paragliding, lots of different things, but it's this time of year. So first of all, cabin inside. I finally got round to putting a hammock in there, and I always wanted to do it because I just want to chill out and enjoy myself and relax. So you'll see me the process of doing that. Quite noisy with the birds today as well. So we do that. I've got my cam, and it's also a little bit of footage of some things I've seen on the way, which I hope you like. And also I do some cooking. I do some organic lamb chops with like a chili mint dressing. I prepare a little bit inside and then I come on the grill and finish it off, and I hope you like that. I loved it, really nice. So I hope you enjoy this one. I'll see you hopefully soon, and catch you later. Ta-da! So what I'm doing now is a bit of cabin work. I've got my cabin, it's got the fire in, it's got the seats, it's quite comfortable. I thought, I'll tell you what, I've just got enough length to do, maybe put a hammock in, because there's nothing better than having even a few whiskies in the cabin and then relaxing. So I'm going to put in, because I haven't got the beams, I've got these eyelets which you feed in, and I've used these before. They're very strong, so I'm going to put these in one either side and see what happens. We'll start off, I sort of know where the main beam is, so I'm just going to do it quite high first, see how it goes. Drilled sort of a pilot hole, and I'm just gonna, you can see now, I'm just gonna turn it in, make sure it's all in there secure. I usually use a bit of a tool just to turn it, helps it go in, make sure it goes in nice and tight. It's getting quite hot now, doing a bit of work. So this cabin is quite warm, see? Let's keep twisting it in. So you can see what I'm basically doing, just keep twisting this key, this hook, and it'll go into the beam that I know goes down the side here. And once it's inside, that's my first fixing, and I'll do exactly the same the other side. I've got two fixing points. Worst case scenario, I can hang some pans from it, but it should be okay. So take my jacket off, that was quite a workout. So yeah, these are the hooks. They're really good. I've actually used these before. Let's do a close-up for you. I've used these before for outside. When I used to have an outdoor shop, we used to put them in the ceiling, a couple of them, and have them hanging. We could hang our paragliding harnesses too, so I know they're really strong. So literally I've drilled a hole. I know the main beam there was I did, and if you look, that's rock solid. I just used the spanner to do it right in, did the pilot hole, and that's the one side done. So we'll go and do the other side, and then let's see the adjustments of the hammock. It's probably going to be too high or too low. I've got some straps to adjust it, but you just try these things. They worked. I'm not a mathematician, so it's trial and error. So I put the hang point in, I'm going to put another hang point there, I can't see nothing better than having a hammock in here just to chill out and sleep some nights, you know, when I need to. So let's go and do the other side. So I've got my marking, I know the main beams on this side. So just doing a pilot hole. So I've drilled my pilot hole and I've just put my other fixing in. I'll try and turn it as much as I can just by hand. Just give it a good, try and keep it straight, but do as much as I can by hand. But even now it's starting to get, as it gets into the wood, quite hard. So that's, you can see now it's going in. Just like I said, I just use, to give me some leverage, I just use this just to give it, you can see the difference when you've got a little bit of leverage. Just using a spanner, just put it through the brace and you can just push it, turn it and get it right into where you need to. A lot easier. And like I said, I don't like to do too big a hole with a drill because I find it slackens off easy. I like it to be get in there really quite difficult to put in so that it sits really strong. So I'll carry on with this and see how it gets on. So I've done my brackets, they're all done. I've got a carabiner on the end of my hammock. Now you want a little bit of it obviously coming down a little bit, so I've got these, they're straps which you normally put around a tree. With this, you actually just put it through, to show you, put it through this, you can imagine the tree, and that wraps around the branch of the tree, and this is like a splice knot, and you put your carabiner on the end of this, and with this splice knot you can just adjust the length of how you want the actual hammock. So it's a really good way of adjusting. You can either have it longer or you can have it shorter just by adjusting the actual cord on this. So you can have it quite short, and it's a knot there, this knot here, the system, it's spliced round the top, and when it goes on tension it tightens, and when it's loose it moves. So you can see it's short there, I've got a short length there, and just by pulling that it's short, but then you can make it longer by just loosening that and pulling it tight, loosening this one by pulling that through, which is going through this tensioning knot, and now you can see it's longer. So what I'm going to do is just put this, these are all really stitched well. You can see they've all got really good double lock stitching, so they take a really good load. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this one round because I don't want too much length on that one. I don't need all of it, so I'm just going to use that amount of length. Should be fine, which is good. And I've also put you can see the loops through there. I could actually just maybe back it up just by putting it like that. So I've actually got two forms, and then I can adjust my hammock. You can see now that'll be sturdy, okay? And then to loosen it, like I said, I can just adjust this one and it's loosened it. So really functional. If you're outside, you can wrap this around the tree. I don't need to at this point because I'm actually got a short distance in length. So let's get this going. So I'll just put this for now. I'll just put it roughly sort of there, maybe a bit higher, just sort of that position. Okay, so I'll do this side and then we'll go and do the other side as well. Make sure I've got the inside. That's it. You can see I'm quite happy with that. Job's a good one. So I'll actually just show you, these are the Emo Helios straps. I think they're brilliant. They're really good. So I recommend these for your hammock. I'm just going to put this side up. So again, that's my loop there, which I can adjust. And I'm just going to put the two through. I'm going to put the two loops through, like so. Okay. So that's just done through there. In fact, the strap isn't actually doing a great deal, but I put the two through just like that. Okay. And I'm going to then, it tells you actually on this where you put your carabiner through. So I've got my hammock, you see there, and you put your carabiner through like that. And now I'm going to give it a bit, tighten it. It's dead easy. See how I can tighten that, and look at the hammock. Look at that. That's already looking brilliant. And I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to turn round. So I'll just come to the door, and if you can see, look at that. Got my hammock up, and the other side I've got the fire down here. You can see the fire down the front there. I've got my whiskey, got my sofas. Look at that, doesn't get any better. Right, proof's in the pudding now. Let's get in it. Let's give this a go. Let's see if it works. You can scrape me up if it doesn't, so I'm sure it will. Let's have a look. So I've got all the angles right. Looking good. Let's get into it. Get in this side and this side. Oh my god. That is amazing. Absolutely, look at that. Plenty of room. I've even got a table. I can just put my whiskey on. I've got the fire. I can get my sleeping bag in here. And I can just relax and enjoy. Let's just move up a little bit. There you go. Look at that. You can just adjust if you want to be your head a bit higher. Sometimes I like my head higher than being in this too much in the centre. So that for me, just move back a bit. That for me is more comfortable. So I can get my sleeping bag. Oh yes. It's absolutely fantastic. If you've never used a hammock, I highly recommend them. They're compact, really small, and you can take them anywhere. You can just do what I've just shown you between a couple of trees. You've got an instant bed off the ground. And with the top, when we do outside work, I'll show you with the top, and we've got the rain off us. Nice and cozy. Get your sleeping bag inside. It keeps the wind off. The wind from the side. Got a little bag here as well, which it stuffs inside. So the whole thing is really good. Absolutely fantastic. So I'll just show you. Get out of it. There we go. I'm out of it. And let's just make sure that's it. It's good. Got my little bag. That's a result. How good's this? All fixed up. Bottle of whiskey. I can get my fire going. My table. Keep my glass on. And you can see, really pleased. Catch you soon. So it's this part of the show where we look at the old night vision camera. You can sort of see now it's beautiful weather. All of a sudden we're getting up and down, but it's really coming into spring. We're sort of into April, middle of April, and you can see the vegetation is growing, the birds are singing, the whole vibe is spring is just about to sprung. So I think it's going to be a really good season for the spring coming into summer. We're going to have some fun, we're going to do lots of things. I love watching the night vision camera because it catches the deer grazing, the birds flying, the different animals that suddenly want to come out more. The whole vibe is different. So let's have a look what we've got again. Like I said, we're sort of well into April now. You saw the last one sort of end of we saw the winter really, but we're into the spring. Hopefully we've got some good stuff. I'll take it out, have a look, and we'll put some stuff for you to see. Enjoy. So what I'm cooking is some lovely organic mint chops, and I'm actually going to make some sauteed potatoes with some chilies and some peppers, and I'm also going to then make a really nice mint sauce to go with it. Much as organic as I can, but I'll do my best. So first of all, I've got as you can see, some organic potatoes. And I need to peel them and then cut them into bits ready for when I use them on the pan. So I'll just do that. Let's peel them. So I've done 400 grams of potatoes, organic potatoes, and I'm just going to cut them into sort of dicey sizes like this, just so I can then put them on to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'll just cut that one in half a bit, and I'll just dice bite-sized chunks, just like this. Keep them going like this. That'll do, and I'll just do this one. And this is, like I said, I'm going to do this on the grill, on the barbecue. But we're just going to prepare this, so be careful when you put it in. Always push it away from you. And I'll just count 10 to 15 minutes, dependent. Just want to get a nice sort of consistency, a nice sort of softness in them. So I like my peppers like this. Basically, I'm just going to cut them in half. I'm going to do a couple like this, cut them in half, and I'm just going to de-seed them, and then they'll be ready to put on the grill to sear them, and they'll be going in my pan. So I'm just going to take the seeds out. Okay, so I've just taken the seeds out, my peppers. I'll just put them to one side because they'll go straight with a bit of oil on the grill. So that's that done. Now I love chilies. And I'm going to do the same with my chilies. Just cut them in half. Cut them in half. So I like the shape, see? So cut them in half, and then I'll get rid of the inners. Okay, so my chilies all ready. Put them aside, and they're ready to go after a little pat down. So while my potatoes just finished off, I'm going to make, for the lamb chops, I'm going to make a mint sauce. And I'll just show you how quickly you're going to do that now. So, about 12 grams or a handful of mint, I just put inside the container. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of sugar, just 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of that, 1 tablespoon of capers, and make sure they're drained. So you make sure they're drained. Put 1 tablespoon of the capers. Dijon mustard, 1 into that. I'll just check my potatoes. Okay, give them another 5 minutes. A good pinch of chili flakes, olive oil, organic, 4 tablespoons of this, there we go, and I've got two cloves, 2 cloves of garlic, and then what I'm going to do, give it a good blitz with my NutriBullet. So my potatoes are done now, so I'm just going to drain them. And there's my potatoes. Great. Turn that off. So I've got my sauce. I'm just going to give it yeah, it's really good. A little bit harsh, so I'm just going to add a little bit more, tiny little bit more sugar. Just a tiny little bit of sugar. And I'll just put a little bit more mint in. I'm just going to put a bit more mint in. And let's just give that another blast. Oh yeah, that's it. You can see, lovely consistency. And that's my sauce, my mint creamy sauce that I'll put over my vegetables and stuff later. So best to put that in the fridge for a little bit, just to let it get more flavoursome. So what I'm making now, the last element of what I need is when I'm sear the lamb chops, I'm going to baste them as I'm cooking them. So I'm putting a couple of sprigs of rosemary. I've got a handful of flat parsley. In there. 1 garlic clove. And the juice of a lemon. I've got about just less than a tablespoon of coarse salt. I don't like too much salt in anything, so I am going a little bit less than they say. 60 millilitres of olive oil. Again, I'm using the organic olive oil. Then I'm going to blitz this again. So I've got my baste, which I'm going to use to go on top as I'm doing my chops. So that's all done. So we're all ready. So we get to go to the grill, take all my ingredients, ready to rock and roll. So I've got my fire going. Just saw me start with the fire stick. I've got a bag of coal. You can use some rosemary wood or something similar just to give that extra flavour to your cooking. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly sear the peppers. I've got some nice peppers and chilies I showed you earlier preparing. I'm just going to sear them and put them in a pan and fry them potatoes off that I did as well. Saute them, get all them flavours going inside, which will be really nice. I'm just going to pull them aside. When they're nearly done, pull them aside. Then I'm going to, when the fire's down a bit, I am then going to use my hot embers to baste. And I've got some Greg Farm organic lamb chops. Beautiful. So I'm going to do some nice lamb chops and I'm going to baste them. I'm going to sear them quickly, then I'm going to baste them as I'm cooking. Get all them flavours inside the meat. Pull them aside, let them rest, and then I've got my sauce. I'll prepare the food, quickly blast again my potatoes and just to give it a little last finish off, and then plate it up, and then we should have a really nice dish. So bear with me, let the fire take control, and then we'll get cooking. So I have my pan, my skillet. I'm going to start getting that going just with a bit of oil, bit of olive oil inside, just enough like that. And I'll start getting that hot just on one area there. I'm going to get a glove as well. So I'm just going to give these a quick sear. Same with the chilies, just so they start to get a nice colour. Just put them on, we'll just get a nice colour. Just see they're starting to get a bit of colour there. Turn them over, make sure they don't burn. There we go. Starting to get a good bit of colour now. Yeah, that's it. It just softens them up It gives them a little bit of flavour. There we go. Don't let them burn too much. Literally just for a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm just going to put them in here for a second. Just going to do two actually. I'm just going to put two in. Keep these aside. I'm going to put them in. Some green. And always do it away from you. Some potatoes. So I've got the potatoes. Keep them to that. In the pan. And I've got my glove as well to keep this going. So we're just gonna keep moving, make sure it's all cooking. Try not to move them about too much because they actually get broken, so I want them to be quite whole, so I'm just giving them a nice little flavour like that. And I'm just letting these cook slowly, the peppers and things, on the side as well. There we go. Try not to overcook them. I'll just put them to one side. We can use them a bit as garnish. So you can see it's all going nice and crispy, nice heat. You're also getting already in the potatoes a nice flavour, of the chilli and peppers. There we go. I'm really happy with that. Getting there. It's good. Couple more minutes. And I'll taste one. That's the best way of knowing how they're done. Give them a little taste. Colour is good. You want some colour, but you don't want too much colour. Okay, that's about getting right now. Okay, and the heat is incredible on these. Absolutely incredible. Okay, let's just try one. That's great. I don't like them too soft. They just break up. So I'm pretty much happy with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull them aside for a little bit. Just down here off the heat for a second. Now I'm going to sear my chops. Put them on. Just let them sear. Couple of seconds on each side. Okay, I don't want them burnt, so I'm just putting them aside there quickly, just to sear. I just want them seared, I don't want them burnt, so let's just do that. And while that's just doing on that side, I've got my mix I did earlier, which I'm just going to baste on top of my chops. As you can see, it's a lovely fragrant basting, and we're just going to, there on the side now, I'm just turning it over. Keep moving the meat. Again, you don't want it to burn, and again just keep giving them a baste. Cools them down, also helps with the colour. There you go. So I'm just keep basting them. So we're getting there. I've basted my chops, I've done my sauteed potatoes. I'll just quickly give them a once over again in a second. So all looking good. Just keep basting them. If you baste them, like I said, it really helps with the flavours and stops that burning. Okay, I'm happy with these. These two are done. I'm just going to put them to one side and let them rest for a little bit. Just let them rest. Give them a little bit longer. And they're ready now. So I'm just going to put them to rest on the side. I'll have them later. And these just going to move them to the sides quickly. Give that a last blast. Add a tiny little bit of salt, bit of pepper, there we go. So I'm going to plate up. I don't want all this to get overcooked. Bring that to the side. Let's get a little bit of my sauce, just a touch of this on the plate, just a touch, a little bit, not too much. I'll do. And then I'm going to put my potatoes, put them on top of there, in the nice juice. Put a few more, that's it. Looking good. There we are. A few potatoes. There we are. I've got my pepper. Put the pepper over the top there. Got a nice chilli. Where's my nice chilli gone? That's a bit of chilli there. Bit of chilli. A bit of green chilli as well. Bit of green chilli. That's great. And then I'm just gonna get my mint sauce again. And I'm just gonna a little bit on the top again. Just a touch, don't want too much. I'll ruin it. Just tiny little bits. There we go. You can have too much. And then my chops on the side. 1, 2. Okay, that looks good. And we'll just finish it off. So we got our food. I'll just finish off with a little sprig of mint. And Bob's your uncle. That's my take on some seasoned, barbecued, organic chops, some peppers, the potatoes done in chili and nice flavour, and basted with the beautiful flavours on top of that. So we're just going to move around here to show you from here. Very pleased with it. You can see now, and the proof's in the pudding. Absolutely amazing. If you can see, Got some nice flavour. Absolutely tasty with the sauce. You can just get the sauce. Nice bit of sauce on there, as you can see. And that's really nice. Let's have a... I've got the peppers. Really nice. Not overdone. And if you can see the flavours on the potatoes. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's have another piece over here. The meat is amazing. Really tasty and flavoursome. I absolutely, honestly can't stop eating it. The organic lamb chops, worth paying that little bit extra for. The flavours and the qualities, and you saw the pinkness inside, really nice. It's worth spending a little time just doing some bastes to actually cook on a barbecue, because on a barbecue you can overheat, and that tends to cool it down in a quick but still adds flavour, so which is really good, so you don't get too burnt. You saw on that skillet, it's great for doing the potatoes with the flavours of the chilli and the peppers, and then to cap it all off, that mint sauce I did, really rich, really quite strong, bit of a kick to it, just finishing off flavours. So I'm going to finish this off. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching again. Catch you later, and I hope you enjoy having a go at this yourselves. Ta-da. So, hope you enjoyed that episode. I enjoyed doing it, and it's this time of year, it's starting to really get the spring, the conditions, the flowers, everything like that. And so just a really little recap on what I did and what's happening. A few weeks ago I was skiing. It's sort of mid to end of April now, and as you saw, I was skiing a few weeks ago, and now we've been having the most amazing weather. We've had it up into the 20s degrees, and it's been blue skies, but then in the evening it's still getting a little bit cold, negative figures sometimes. And actually I see the forecast for next week, we got some snow coming. They call it lambing snow, so we got some snow coming back as well. You can see the flowers coming. We've got the primrose, the lovely yellow primrose, which is beautiful, starting to come out. We got also the bracken, which I don't really like the bracken, but you can see the bracken stems shooting up, and they can get up to 6 feet tall. They cover a lot of the ground. They're not so nice to have around. They harbour ticks and things like that, the dogs going through. But you can see that the bluebells haven't started yet. The bluebells are just round the corner. So we're always a little bit later in northern Scotland with a lot of things, like when the sheep are lambing. Also for the flowers and things, they always come a little bit later. So look out for that one. I'll keep updating what happens. So as you saw when I started, got my hammock, and now I just chill out in it. It's really nice just to relax. When it gets into the evening, just here, get the fire going and chill out. Also, it's a spare place to come and stay if I need to. So I'm really pleased with this. It's working really well. The pictures, I hope you enjoyed that. I did a little bit of a variation of some of the scenes when I was out. I did a bit of paragliding when I was out in the mountains, and you saw the White Cap Mountains Also the animals, you saw the hares playing around, which is great. They've got together, and the squirrels chasing each other. That real spring in the air. Also you saw some nice pictures when I was en route of some Highland cows and things. Actually the pine marten as well. The pine marten, I don't normally catch him, but he looked like he was pouncing and grabbing a mouse or something like that, which is great. And then hope you enjoyed my cooking. It was really nice as well, which I did. Prepared a little bit inside, which I needed to, and then I came out and cooked it on the fire. Tasted really good, and really enjoyed it. So I hope you like that, and hope you maybe give it a try or something. Coming up, I've got, again, it should be getting much warmer. The bluebells, when the bluebells are like that, I want to take some photos of that. Really good. I want to do some paragliding, show my paragliding. I'm starting to do that already. That will be good. And loads of things I've got to go fishing at the bottom as well, some fishing, loads more recipes, a bit more of the bushcraft stuff which I can do, which we can get round to doing. So there's loads. So thanks again for watching. I've got my dram of whiskey, just chilling out, looking at the scenery outside, which is absolutely beautiful at the moment, with all the birds flying around, the different colours. It's amazing. So thank you again, and catch you on the next one. Ta-da!